Morning all, hope you're well. This is a first impressions of Watch City Stardust. This is a aromatic slash English blend. Consisting of Cavendish, Red Virginia, Virginia, Latakia, and I think a bit of Perique. I've actually just lit this up by accident, forgot to press record. Although just on the channel, like, so haven't properly yet lit it up. First impression is the smell is fantastic on the channel, like a nice kind of sweet English. The smokiness from the Latakia, it's not powerful, it's just very mellow. Just getting good smoke output. Smoking it in this LCS Briars teardrop full bent pipe, my only full bent pipe. Absolute fantastic smoker. Not a strong like Kia, very mellow, like I said in the first channel, right? It's the same just now. Definitely sweet, you can taste that. Cavendish. Get a little bit of a red Virginianess, kind of vinegarness, very, very slight. I can barely taste it, but it's just there. This blend is typically a cut that I wouldn't actually go for. If you look through my tobacco rotation, which I will go through one day, I think I wouldn't be surprised if say there's 16 blends in the rotation. I wouldn't be surprised if 14 of them are flakes. It's like not all of it was intentional, but I just seem to get on better with flakes and just enjoy smoking flake tobacco. I always like the process of getting a flake, breaking it up, rubbing it out. I don't very often fold stuff. That's a method that I don't really do. These matches, by the way. Not even going to try and pronounce the brand. You might have seen these before in the Danish pipe shop. I used to, well, I still do use this is Zippo. But I don't know when I started it, maybe like 4 or 5 months ago. Start there. I started to use matches to where it's a ritual for the charring light, I'll use a match. And for the second light, I'll use a match. And then after that, I'll just use the Zippo or another lighter I've got. But I don't know what it is, I just love to use a match for those first 2 lights. Just so something about using a match, kind of striking the match, putting the flame. I just like it. This blend so far is really nice. great smoke output, burns really well. Tobacco is slightly on the drier side. Well, not dry. Certainly not wet though, definitely not. If you were to put it on a scale from dry to wet, it'd be maybe about there, kind of on the drier side of a scale. But it's not a bad thing, it means that you don't have to wait for ages and ages to dry out your tobacco. That's the downside to a lot of Gavin Hogarth and Sam Gawith blends. You could sit there for hours drying it out. I once got a tin of full Virginia flaking where you could have squeezed out the amount of moisture in it. It was that wet. I think I took out a flake and I dried it for about 5 hours, and even then it was still a bit wet. But then I think that is Sam Gawith and Gavin Hogarth tobacco. So first impressions, fantastic blend. If it keeps smoking like this, I can see this being one that I'll have to dig into and try to get a lot more of. 2 ounces, so if I smoke through that bag, I'll get a good impression of what the tobacco really is like. Again, downsides like what I've said in the previous video, is that the larger amount of tobacco you order, the greater chance it has of getting pulled by customs. So in that case, I might have to get a friend or someone from the States to order me some, then get it shipped to them to then ship to me, and kind of obviously declare it as something else. On the customs form, because, well, if you take the prices there, I looked up a pound of pretty much most of their blends, I think the same price. To where a pound of their tobacco, i.e. Stardust, you're talking about $68, I think it was, or something around that, which is about £51, I think was the price, if I remember. Which £1 for a pound of tobacco is just insane. If you take that here, you're talking, what, upwards of £160, I think you're probably talking. That's where the price difference of tobacco in the States just doesn't compare. We don't get, well, we obviously get shafted of our prices compared to some places, but then again, some places are worse. And we have an alright range of tobacco, so I would like to see, taking McBaron, we don't have really any of the HH lines. I think we've got Dark Fire and Lacquer Flake, but that's it. The rest of them don't have any of them 4ers. That's something I've ordered. That's one of the things I ordered from Smoking Pipes, was a pouch of Amphora Virginia. It's got a lot of good write-ups across the board. I watched the Virtual Pipe Club of a week and about half the people were having it. Yeah, it looks like a blend that I also enjoy. I also enjoy a lot of straight Virginias. So that's one I'm looking forward to, but again, that's something that you just don't do here. I think it was $7 for a 50g pouch, which again, downside to the UK prices is that it doesn't matter what you buy, you'll pay the standard price of tobacco. That's why I don't really agree with the term OTC blends, over-the-counter blends, in the UK, in the way that you do get over-the-counter blends, but those blends cost the exact same price as any other tobacco. If you take a tin of, say, Jermaine's Rich Dark Flake, top quality tobacco, or if you take a nice tin of Samuel Gawith St James Flake, top quality tobacco, or if you take a Belcher Clan or St Bruno or Condor, you're paying the exact same price as you would for a tin of Rich Dark Flake or St James Flake. There's no difference in price of quality and rarity of tobacco from the brand, which is kind of annoying. But I suppose it just justifies to what you buy. I've tried St Bruno, didn't get on with it, wasn't a fan. It's kind of like, obviously it's all personal preference, but a lot of the time there's not much point spending the money on inferior quality tobaccos when you can spend the exact same amount of money on something that's really good quality and by a really good brand. That's kind of my thought process here, whereas again in the States tobacco prices vary dramatically depending on brand, over-the-counter blends, quality of tobacco. There's a big difference, and obviously, but I'm most jealous about is blends like this that come in bulk. Bulk tobacco just isn't a thing here in the UK. Like I said, you pay a standard price for 50 grams of tobacco. It can vary slightly, especially depending on the website. You can pay a higher price for in certain shops and certain online stores, but your kind of base price is, call it £15.50, £15.75 for 50 grams of tobacco. Whereas I think this came to, for 1 ounce, it's $4.75, which £3 I think, just crazy stuff. So yeah, really enjoying this blend. It's a blend that we keep smoking like it is. I'm going to have to get some more. So well balanced, the sweetness, the smokiness of that Kia, the Cavendish coming through Virginia. I do remember him saying that pretty much every single blend, I think it's early from Watchsight Cigars, has a bit of Perique in it. And I do get that, it's the most faintest, you can't even tell it was in there. But I wouldn't be surprised if it isn't there. Because there's something, just like, I can feel something bringing it together, merging all of the tobacco together. It's a really good blend. So I'm going to keep smoking this down and I'll get back to you at the end. Right, so we're back towards the end of the bowl now. I've got to say it's a fantastic blend. Is it the best kind of English I've ever smoked? No. Is it up there? 100%. Well, I say is it the best? It's the sweetness of the blend is unlike anything else kind of any other English I've had. I think that's probably down to this mainly a Cavendish based blend. Looked up, there doesn't seem to be any Perique in it, which does make sense. Like I said before, I could just taste although I do remember him saying that he puts almost a Perique powder in everything. It's like to bring them together. The room note is fantastic, unlike anything I've ever had before. It's filled the rooms like smoky, sweet. I can understand how it's a class as an aromatic hybrid because it smells like an aromatic, but it's technically not. I I think the class is aromatic hybrid because the Cavendish is cased. I'm pretty sure that's why. Something else that the blend developed fruit have picked up on is it's almost like thick cream. The blend is so creamy. It's kind of like the perfect English. You have that nice lacquer, very mild, really. Not a strong, not a heavy lacquer, but it's creamy, really creamy. Reminds me kind of a much sweeter, creamier, and much mellower version of Germain's special lacquer flick. Although that doesn't actually technically have a lot of lacquer in it, that's just very mellow, very well blended. Based on aging potential, not too sure. Because it's a pretty mellow blend, it might get too mellow over time. I think I'm going to contact them to kind of see what they recommend regarding the age of this. Although I could definitely make this a daily smoke. So I think I would still purchase a pound of it. If you kind of just smoke through over time. So I've got a feeling that they might say that for look like kind of medium to long term aging, it's not ideal, but you never know. Because I would say that the lacquer is pretty mellow already. Probably doesn't need any more aging on the lacquer for sure. I suppose with age it would just bring the blend together even more. No rough edges at all. Just a really smooth, well balanced blend. Really enjoying it. One that I would definitely recommend to anyone who loves a good English. Also recommend it to anyone who enjoys something on the sweeter side. I know that for a lot of people they're put off lacquer, bulking English blends. I think that's probably down to some blends being very lacquer heavy. Like if you were to try, say, Dunhill Nightcap, or say Germain's 1820 Flake, or if you're American, you easily get it, and if you can get your hands on it, Penzance, if you try like a full-bodied English kind of bulk and blend, then you might get put off it. But I think this would be a good blend for someone who wanted to start to try an English. I think this would be a good one. For the reason that it's much more sweet, creamier, and it's also lacquer and it's pretty mellow. So yeah, highly recommend. Fantastic blend. Definitely will be picking myself up some more in the future. I think I'm going to smoke through this bag, and if I have the same experience with every bowl, then this was going to be a firm favourite, I think. So I hope you all would enjoy that first impression. It was good to try and film a video to where a tobacco that I've literally never even seen before in my life. I've never tried it, never smelled it. Try and go through that and try and experience it for the first time. It was really good. A few days I'll try Old Dominion. I'm going to get this jarred up. Need to actually try to find this spare jar. I think I'm getting low on them, but I'll try and film one. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that, and I'll catch you later.